But hey, anything can happen. What's up, YouTube? It's another day with the one and only Billy J. And today we're discussing episode 21 of American Idol Season 15, the farewell season, in which the top 4 go back home to their hometowns for the home visits. We're in the home stretch of American Idol where the top 4 are dwindled down to the top 3. And in this episode, the contestants compete in 3 rounds. The first round of the competition was hometown dedications, so the contestants sang a song for their hometown. Round 2 was songs picked by Scott Borchetta for the contestants. And round 3 was songs picked by the American Idol judges. All the contestants competed in round 1, so even the 4th place contestant sang a song. And the first one up in the first round was Mackenzie Borg, and he sang Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Well, one good thing about this song is that Mackenzie didn't have to Mackenzie it at all. It was a slow tempo song to begin with, so he was A-OK. I felt that his breathy voice fit very well for this simple, beautiful song. And in my opinion, it was a beautiful rendition. It wasn't anything too amazing, but it was beautiful nonetheless. The next one up was Dalton Rapatoni, and he sang Calling You by Blue October. First off, in the hometown video package, did somebody throw something at Dalton? Take a look at this. I have these 2 pictures of something being thrown at him up on stage, and at the end of the package you do hear kind of like a thud of something hitting the stage. Anyway, I love this song for Dalton, and I just plain love this song. And unlike most of America, I know this song and I know the band. And one thing is surprising is that Dalton didn't sing Hate Me by the same band of Blue October, which is kind of a sequel to this song of Calling You. Anyway, Dalton did a great job with his performance, but he didn't really have to Daltonize the song too much. He pretty much sang it straightforward. But my only critique about his performance with this song is that during the chorus he did get kind of swallowed up in the chorus with the big band and everything. It drowned out his voice. The next one up was Trent Harmon, and he sang Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. Is his hometown full of alcoholics? Either way, Trent did a wonderful job with this song. He is smooth like butter. What else can I say other than it was pure perfection? And one thing's for sure is that Trent better be at the finale. And finally, the final contestant in the first round was La Portia, and she sang Glory by Common and John Legend. Keith Urban gave this performance a standing ovation, and I have to agree. It was a very powerful and moving performance, and in my opinion, with this performance, I think La Portia just barely eked out Trent and the best performance of round 1. Just barely though. Well, after the first round, the results came in as far as who was making the top 3. And the bottom 2 were Mackenzie Borg and La Portia. Nailed it! And like my prediction from last week, it was of course Mackenzie going home. I'm gonna miss looking at the hot geeky nerd, who apparently was quite athletic. Anyway, the next round was round 2, which was Scott Borchetta's picks. And the first one up in round 2 was Dalton Rapatoni, and he sang Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen. Dalton, of course, Daltonized the song just a little bit. I personally actually really enjoyed the first half of the song when it wasn't the big bandy type song and it is just him and just a little bit of the band and not too drowned out. However, once the big band kicked in, J-Lo was bouncing around like a little schoolgirl. I liked the performance, but it wasn't my favorite Dalton performance. However, I really did enjoy it. And the second one up in round 2 was La Portia, and she sang Stay With Me by Lorraine Ellison. This was a powerhouse performance, and I'm glad that Harry brought it up, because I was going to say it was quite ironic for La Portia, being, a survivor from an abusive relationship, to sing a song about a woman begging her man to stay. Really, Scott? Granted, it's a great song, and she sang it very well, but you couldn't pick a different song. Anyway, the final performance of round 2 was Trent Harmon. He sang Drink You Away by Justin Timberlake. Does Trent have a drinking problem that he's trying to reveal with all these songs about alcohol tonight? Hell, in round 3 he could sing Whiskey Lullaby. Anyway, I wasn't a total fan of this song for Trent. Of all the Justin Timberlake songs that Trent could have sang, you sang this one? Poor song choice, Scott. And this was definitely not my favorite Trent performance. Granted, it wasn't as bad as the song where he had a hoedown, but still, this wasn't my favorite. And because the band was really loud, especially that guitar player, I don't know what it sounded like there, obviously at the place, but on TV through my speakers and whatnot, it definitely sounded super loud, and it drowned out Trent's beautiful voice. So for round 2, I'm actually going to give it to Dalton. I think he had the best performance of the 3, even though he's not the greatest singer and whatnot. But his performance was more believable, and in my opinion better than even La Portia. Like I said, that song choice was a little too ironic and didn't fit well with La Portia. And the final round was the judges' pick. So let's see what the judges picked for the contestants. And the first one up in round 3 was Dalton Rapatoni. And he sang Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. Are the judges trying to sabotage Dalton Rapatoni? In my opinion, it was a terrible song choice. Granted, it had some meaty lyrics to it, and that's where Dalton excels, but it wasn't a very good song for Dalton to sing. And he didn't really Daltonize the song either, other than to sing it at a lower key, which was definitely noticed and definitely not liked. They could have gave him a different song. The next one up was La Portia, and she sang Hello by Adele. Another song that La Portia was able to sing, and sing very well, but of course was a little ironic for La Portia to sing because of her situation. But even La Portia said it was a little bit better because the situation in the song was different, with the man doing something wrong and then her trying to mend ways because he admitted that he did something wrong. But either way, like I said, it wasn't the greatest song choice, but she did sing it well, and that's all I can say. And to close out the night was Trent Harmon, and he sang Waiting Game by Parson James. Trent did a beautiful job with this song. And I agree with Keith Urban that his voice fit perfectly with this song. It was a great, intimate song for Trent to sing beautifully. And with that performance, I hand round 3 to Trent Harmon. So with that said, I do believe that each contestant actually won a round. The first one was won out by La Portia, the second round was won out by Dalton, and the third one was won out by Trent. And it's a tight race for the finish, and so it was very tough for me to pick the third place contestant, who is going home. Now, in my humble opinion, I do believe that the final 2 should be La Portia and Trent. I do believe that they are obviously the better singers and better performers and more consistent and they obviously have the better voices. And they probably are the ones that deserve to be in the finale of all finales of the final season of American Idol. However, this is American Idol, and there have been some shocking eliminations in third place. However, this is the finale of all finales for American Idol. The series finale, that's a lot of finales, but it would not surprise me at all if the finale came down to Dalton Rapattoni and Trent Harmon. Third place isn't bad for LaPortia, even though in my opinion she does deserve to be at the finale. But a lot of third place people, like Haley Reinhart, are able to overcome that third place placement and move on and have a career of their own. But it wouldn't surprise me if American Idol somehow rigs the system to have their wonderful final two of Trent Harmon and LaPortia. That is the final two that the producers really want. And in some ways, that's the one that I dream of Trent and LaPortia being in the final two and duking it out. And my prediction for the winner of American Idol, which will be announced on Thursday's show, my prediction of the winner of season 15, the final season of American Idol, is going to be Trent Harmon. I think it'll be an extremely close finish with only a few hundred votes between the first place and second place, and I think Trent Harmon is going to just barely eke out the win over LaPortia. But we will see who's right. Anyway, leave a comment down below on who you think is going to win American Idol. Is it going to be Dalton? Is it going to be LaPortia? Or is it going to be Trent? I will honestly be shocked if Dalton actually comes out and wins the competition. But hey, anything can happen. Like I said, leave a comment down below. And remember, peace, love, unity, respect. Peace out, guys.